Hello, I am Eject1, and welcome on back to another episode in the TravelaLand SMP. Um, Despite my render distance being low, you can't see that. In between episodes, we've been working on quite a bit. I'll get to this in a second. I think you already know what that is if you've been watching the channel for a minute. But, as you can see, in between episodes, I've been quite busy. This is stuff I've been doing on stream, on Twitch, which you can go catch over on Twitch. It's under the same name. And if you don't want to watch Twitch, or if you have something against Twitch, I do have a VODs channel. Well, it's more of my creative dump. It's not just my VODs, but right now it's just basically VODs. But I've done quite a bit over here. As you can see, since the last episode, I've torn out the stuff that went around here. I didn't quite like it, so it's back to this for now until I figure out a better design. But I have been busy working on this stuff. Now this, this is inspired by a couple of things. This is of course a Space Needle. This Space Needle is inspired by a lot of old school Minecraft players worlds where, I've watched some videos of like older player video worlds where they'll build like a Space Needle or something like that, and it looks really cool. So I really wanted to have something like that for this. So I spent a few streams building this, which I made into our meeting hall. I also added some roads and a bridge, and that bridge can be built with shops on it. It has space for a few small shops. So if we come up here, and then everything in between is actually meant for anyone to come in and build stuff, because this is part of the community area. So you can come in and build your own shops or starter homes and stuff like that. So that's what this area is for. But we come in here, you can see I built a couple of bubble vaders, so you can just go straight up. And it's not furnished. It has nothing, but you can come out here and kind of observe the immediate area and see what's going on. I probably built it a little too high because you can't see the whole district. Well, you can see this area, but you can't see you can see only a little bit into the other districts. You can't see Trevelas from here, but that's all right. I mean, this is a place for meetings, so that's perfectly fine. But I did build this, and it looks really good. And I'm quite happy with how this turned out. And if we come down here, the doors are automatic, so I got pressure plate there. And there's another door that leads out to the paths, so you can take 2 exits. So you have that. And then I have this, which this is meant to look like a Minecraft Minecraft furnace. And the furnace, this is meant to indicate a smelting area or gathering basic stone stuff or stone processing. So we have some furnaces, and they're hooked to hoppers, so you can throw all your coal and your whatever you're trying to smelt into here, and it will go into these hoppers, which will go into this chest, and you can collect your stuff. Yeah, so we have that. And then I've also gone ahead and added a couple of crafting tables and a stone cutter, just so you can take all the stone you collect and you can turn it into whatever you want it with it. Crafting tables as well for the same thing. Now this is a cobblestone generator. So this is a cobblestone generator, and basically when you break it, it just pushes just like a regular thing would. I did take the lava, and I actually made it so it's visible, and it adds a little bit of light to this area, but it's more meant to just look cool, which is why I put the iron bars here. So it just looks really cool. Like, you can see the process of it being made. And I did add this if there's no cobblestone here, you'll know where it's going to come out of. And it's not on right now. And where that thing is that I just broke down, I want to add the lever to it at some point. The lever is back here in the redstone contraption, the redstone clock, which I'm calling a steam engine, because when you turn on, it starts steaming. And you can kind of hear it. So yeah, and eventually I'll run that all the way to this part that I'm coming in and out of. But yeah, I just don't have enough redstone to do that yet. Whoops. But that's the plan, is in the future I will make it run all the way to here, just so you can come over here and turn it on. And then up here, there isn't really anything up here. There's nothing. It's just kind of, I haven't added anything here just yet, but eventually I will at some point. Now there is something above that that isn't connected to this or that, and I'll get into that in a future episode. That's if I do, it's a bit of spoilers. But then the last thing I added were these market stalls, and there's also cake. Travella just put all these cake here. I figured it'd be a nice little whimsical lore because that's what TravelaLand is all about, the weird and wacky stuff that makes Minecraft Minecraft. And yeah, so I did add these little market stalls. They don't have anything in them. I figure other players can come in and they want to have little pop-up shops or have like little quick selling things. They could do that here. Or things that don't sell so well, or just quick little trinkets. They kind of go here. So but they do work for what their purpose is, and it just kind of fills in the space without it being empty. I do need to work on this spot, but I haven't gotten to that. But anyways, I think the big elephant in the room is the giant sign, which I had a lot of fun making, which is the baguette shop sign. Just says baguette, which is French for bread. Now, the reason it's a baguette shop is actually because we do have this sort of ongoing joke in our Discord where we'll just randomly say baguette or casse, which baguette in French is bread, and which in Dutch, in French it's baguette, and in Dutch it's stokbrood, which I didn't know that. I mean, I kind of knew it was French, but I thought it was Dutch or something like that. So language skills. English is my first language, and I struggle with that sometimes. So there you go. But anyways, and then I added a giant window thing, so you can see into the actual what will be the farm. There is no villagers or wheat yet, so unfortunately this business has yet to be making any profits, which is 0. But it's not making bread yet or baguettes yet. But I did sort of add the interior and work out how this is going to kind of work. So I did take inspiration from Subway. Not the Subway like the underground trains and stuff, but like the restaurant Subway where they have sandwiches. I took the artisanal style with it. I thought it'd be really cool, so I added these paintings just to make it look really nice, and really helps with the mud to just sort of make it look, artisanal and kind of that vibe. And then you have the desk or the counter where they can give you bread. And eventually I'm going to have a system where you'll be able to push a button and bread will actually pop up into the into this. And so that's sort of the idea with it. I did make a menu board. There is no price on it yet because it's currently free. And then I did make a express window, which will have the same function. You can just press the button, it'll pop up one bread, and you can be on your merry little way to do whatever you're going to do. And because everything in the community area is meant to just help every, like if you need materials, or if you need a little something, or if you die and you need to build back, it makes it a lot easier, when you can just come in and grab food and grab an iron. That's not part of the shopping district per se because it's right outside there, but it is a place that everyone can use to gather iron or whatever they need to. So yeah, that's sort of the whole point of the entire community area. It's just starter homes and things that are meant for the entire community. So yeah, that's sort of the gist of what I've been working on. And like I said, there is a bit of a thing in that little room, but I can't get into that. But I can't get into that. I can't get into that either. Not yet. I mean, I can, but I'm not going to. But yeah, I can't get into that yet because that would be a bit of a spoilers for maybe next episode or whatever. Me and Travella get onto that. But we are going to come over to the focus of today's video, and we're going to focus on this. Now, I did do a little bit of off-camera building and gathering some materials because just to figure out where my head's at with this. And I sort of built this as sort of a starting thing. Now, this is going to be my starter house. Now, it won't be my big base. My big base is like way over there. Oh, actually, it's just over there. And I want to have something here that would sort of... I put this here. Originally, I was going to go over like more over here, but I want to build a bridge to my area. So I think having a bridge so I can get across from here over to there, and then I can go straight to my district. But also so other players can come across to this little area and build their own houses or wherever they want to. And it just sort of helps complement the river. So that's why I built this over here. So yeah. And so I built this just sort of to get an idea out, just to mess around. And because I don't have any like plans for this build really. I mean, the only plan I really have is the only plan I have with this is that I know what parts I want to have in there, and I know I want to have the bridge, but that's about it. Now there are a couple of contingencies, or contingencies, is that the right term? I don't know. But there are a couple of there's like one thing I wanted to try and integrate with this, and that is I have all this stuff from in between episodes that I've gathered up, and I want to try and integrate as much as I can from those into this stuff. And so that is sort of what I'm going to be trying to do. So that's why I've been using granite, and I think I'm going to go with this for the base layer. And I sort of want to, this just sort of like an outline of like the base of it, and just to get it up to the height of there. So we will be working on that. So what we're going to do is, what else do we have for blocks? So we're going to, yeah, so we're going to go ahead and get started on this. Well, me continuing work on this, but we're getting started on this because I need a place to live because I'm kind of homeless. So that is what we're going to do. And I want to figure out what blocks we're going to use for this. And so to kind of explain my plan with how I want to run this, actually we can use that. And what is 22? Okay. So 22, not very big, but I can make that work. So I'm just running ideas in my head of what I'm going to do with this whole area. Because I want this to sort of be, I guess you could say organic, if that's the right word for it, but sort of just I'm not really planning this out too much, but I do want to use up whatever blocks and stuff I have in my inventory as much as possible, just so it's not wasting space in chests and such. So yeah, I think that'd be a really cool idea. And this, I want this actually be, and I'm going to make this into dirt. I was going to turn it into cobblestone, but I decided that this is going to be the spot for my horses, which are over there. I'm going to make this into sort of a horse dealership so that people can come in and buy horses or get, well, not buy, like we're not really running a economy here, but just sort of something that if someone wants to, they can come in and buy. You know, if someone wants to come in and get a horse, then they can. Just so they have a way to get around the server. So that is sort of the plan with it. And then I'm probably going to put a train station here. Well, actually, I'm going to call it a tramway because it's not going to be a full-on train thing. I was going to do a full train thing, but I kind of decided against that in favor of other things. So, yeah. But, I mean, it could be considered a tram or train, whatever, but sort of that. I need diorites. And let's see, that is 6. I'm not going to say it. Nope, not going to say it. But I want to make this into a train station right here. Just sort of a nice looking thing. Yeah, some sort of train stop. So we're going to go ahead and dig all this out. And I want to make this into the platform. Will that work for... I feel like that will. Because I want to have a bit of a bridge that goes over. Yeah, I want to have a bridge that sort of goes over and then maybe goes down or something. Well, I want to have a couple of platforms. One here and one there. I just think it'll look really cool. Just to add a little bit of interest. And so we're going to have this come around here. And like I said, I'm sort of just doing this freehand. I'm not really planning it. So we're going to start with the base of this. And actually, I might just go ahead and cover this whole thing. Like, I might bring this up one more layer and then cover it because, well, Because I want to have enough headspace to get over this, but... Okay, so we have that. Do I have any stairs? So I can get up to that level. Any stairs? Oh, yeah, we got a ton of stairs. Which ones do we want to... I have a bunch of stairs. What flavor do I want? I think we'll use... we could use oak. I think we'll use birch because I think... Well, we have a lot of birch. Yeah, we'll use... Yeah, we'll use birch. And I think that will be a couple of blocks. Let me see. What if we do this? And then this, and then we'll have a platform there. Just sort of get across. And I think we'll actually extend this out. My inventory is absolutely full. Oh. And then I want to get... I want to sort of double-sided station platform, I guess. Don't know why, but I feel like that's really... I feel like that'd be a cool idea. Alright. And I think that looks pretty good. Oh, actually, we need to go... Oh. I made a slight mistake. We need to go down one more block. But that's okay. I need to put some of the stuff away anyways. I think dirt should go away. Put that away, put that away, put that away, that way, that away. What else should we put away? I'm going to keep the iron bars because I will need that momentarily. And I will need that too. Okay, so we need to make a new shovel. And new pickaxe. Do I have any more sticks? Oh. Any more sticks want to come along for the ride? No. We'll use this. Just so I don't waste my... Just so I don't wind up wasting my materials. Or my birch, anyways. Okay. So let's go ahead and tear this out. Because we got to go one more block lower so we can match that level. Okay, so I did go ahead and just lower. Okay, so I did just go ahead and lower this by 1 block. It did make that mistake. And now I'm just tearing this out so we can add in the cobblestone. So that way we can make this into more like the ballasts, the track ballasts. And there is some coal there, but I'm going to ignore it, because I like to make my life harder. Alright, so there's that, and I quite like how that is. We do need to add a stair block here. Oh, wrong place for the stair box. We need to put one there. Okay, so we have that, and that looks pretty good. I like that. Alright, now I want to figure out what we're going to make the bridge out of. And I think we'll also do... Oh, I need some more birch for the stairs. I believe that's the right number for it. We can try... Like, we can... go like this, and like this. And sort of we'll work our way up. Think we'll have just enough. And that could have been any more perfect. Alright. Then we can take our granite. And we need a wall here. Just to get rid of all this. And then let's do like that. A little bit of extension. I might do something with that to make it look a little cooler. Who knows? Let's see. Because we have the stairs there. We need a wall here. So let's go ahead and tear out this, because this is no longer needed. I think we all know who lives here now. I hope so. Let's tear this out. And I sort of want to do... I want to do without the corner there. So we're going to go ahead and place that like that. Need one more layer of this. Ow. Alright, now what we need to do is place this. We're going to use the... Yeah, so now we're going to use these. Which I think will add a bit of detail to this. Yeah, let's go take a look at this. It does look like a prison, but I guess if you're in train prison, that makes sense. Yeah, I quite like that. I will dig out this hill. Probably off camera if I have time. Now, what else do we have? We need to get a floor block in here. With this and that. So let's see. I might make a quick trip and get some oak wood. That is what I'm thinking. I think what I'll do is I'll use these. Where are my slabs? think what we can do is like this. Let's build a walkway across. And that doesn't belong there. And then what we'll do is we'll do this sort of, I guess you could say we're cheesing it with this, but that's fine. I could have just made them full blocks, but I'm not going to do that. All right, there's that. And then I think, because that'll add just a little bit of design there, just a little something. And so you'll kind of come, and so the idea is that you'll come down here and you can come down to this little station and you can go on your way. We will need to make a tunnel though. And then this will sort of just let you off here. So I think we'll do right here. And this will sort of be up to interpretation at some point. All right, now what else do we want? I know I need to fill that in somehow. Let's look at the blocks we have. I know I have some netherrack. Really that much. You know, I think we'll do this sort of... That's only going to be 40. So that is 8 by 10. Yeah, that's 10 by 8, so that's 80. So I wonder what this would be like if I did like this. Definitely need more of that. What does my donkey have? Which I do have a donkey now instead of a horse. Not much. Basically nothing of use here. So I might have to go down to a mine and grab some stuff, but that's alright. Do we have any oak trapdoors? No, we don't. Okay. So I'm going to head off to... Okay, so we need to take a break from this. We're going to head off and grab a couple of things. Because one of those things is we need to grab a... Yeah, one of the things that we need to grab is we need to grab one of those... We need to grab some more of these. And we have 10. That is... We need 10 more of those. So we're going to grab 10 more of that, and then we're also going to grab some oak wood for some trapdoors. So I think we could have this as sort of a little... balcony you can come out to and see what's going on. Alright. And I just realized this is going to be a very small looking thing. But we can make this work. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to now make my house go up. And I will need to make some more stairs in birch. Let's do... 2 by 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 2 like that. And what we're going to do is, I think since the foot traffic will mainly come from this direction, I'm going to make it so it goes up here like this. And then we have this going here as it comes across. And should I actually... I think I'll put that there. And then that goes there. And they'll place that right there. And that should give us plenty of space to get up there, I think. Yeah, just something we can have that. Now we need to add a floor in. And I think I'm just going to be lazy about the floor. And we're just going to make it a nice little classic cobblestone. Just because I have tons of it. I'm sort of just kind of placing it in where the deep slate is. And does that lines up perfectly. All right. So I'll have that. And then do I have any more netherrack? I do. I'm going to stick that for a second. And I think I'll make this a netherrack spot. Alright, and I kind of like how that is. And then we're going to put in some of these. That's a little much for me. Right, because at this point, we're going to start adding in the... And actually, I might swap these out for oak stairs because... Just because this is going to be birch going up here. So let's go and get started on that. Oh. Give me a stack of oak or birch and let's see what we can do. I think I'll start with this wall. As you observe a squid die. Oh, I need to find a way up here. That looks pretty good. Let's come up to here. And I want to put some cobblestone walls there. And I think this will have to get... Actually, no, we can leave that open, I think. Just want to take that down. So we're just going to create a ring here. And then we place that right there. I think that'll work. It'd also work great if we had some torches. Although I'm a little bit low on torches at the moment. Let's go to sleep. Alright, that looks pretty good. It's sort of free-floating, but I'll take it. Ow. That looks pretty cool. We just need to go up one more layer to the actual housing part. Let's see, do I have any more of that really nice I do have some more of that. I do have scaffolding. Do I have any more of the... So just working on this in parts. Place that there. You got the corner there. And then we go across to there. So it creates this little outlook with like a protective barrier. And now I need to get to the crafting table. Because we're going to make this in... Because we're going to make a few... supports. And I don't know if this will be enough of these. But it should be, I hope. Have a nice little outlook window here so you can see who crosses. And you can see this. So that adds a nice little touch. And then how's that? That looks pretty good. What else can I add to that? I think I might add some hanging signs to that. I think that'd be really cool. This, I'm not sure what I'll add here. I am going to tear this out. Or not tear it out, but I'm going to put that in. I think we'll use a bunch of trapdoors here. That would be design cute. A good idea for the design cue of this. We're going to fill this in. Actually, instead of just filling them in with the same block, we're going to tear out this. And I might do something with that. Maybe like a little advertisement or something. That needs trapdoors as well, so we can divide this. I think the whole thing needs trapdoors. This wall, I think we'll just do simple birch. So let's fill this in. And we'll do boop. Something like that. What is that? Is 10, right? So what if we did... That's not going to work. What if we do this? That gives us 3. I think a couple of 2x2 windows would be kind of nice to have. I think that could work. Just something a little simple. And then we do need some... Let's see, what else do we have for logs? Do we have anything for logs? I don't think we do. I know we have chains. That's good. Oh, we have diorite walls. Nice. And I think I'll take these slabs and do something with them. Primarily on this end. Go across like that. And I'll take that apart. we'll use the scaffolding that we have here. Just place that there. And then if we can just get a little bit of this destroyed. Take the plunge, and then we climb back up here. Whoa. Trying to jump over the edge. But we will jump off the edge. That's perfectly normal. And then I'm going to take the scaffolding. I'll make some windows. Nice, simple windows, I think. And how does that look from the other side? If I'm not starving to death here. Let's take away this. So how does that look? I like that. That's very simplistic, which I do kind of like that being simplistic on this side, but being more complicated on the other side. I think it's going to be a nice little idea there. I might add a window down here just for the horses to not be so encapsulated. But yeah. All right, let's get the... Let's see. Let's get the other side put in. Or not the other side, but let's get this put in. How about this? We'll take this. And I think I'll do another balcony here. Because why not? Dare I say it. We'll repeat the same thing with that. And I think the majority of this is going to... I think the majority of the rest of this will actually be birch. So let's add in the corner blocks. Okay. Actually, I'm not sure if I... Let's see, that block's got to go. I'm not sure if I... Now I'm thinking that... No, we're going to leave those. That's fine, that's fine. Is that a witch? I thought I saw a witch out here. Nope. Just the pillager's been out here for the last hour. Alright, what we're going to do is we're going to next... build up from here, I guess. And I think I'll actually do this same window design up here. Again, to play into that simplistic design. So we're going to do that. We'll do right on across here. And then we'll take a plunge right there. I might die because of me trying to do parkour in a game I'm not very good at parkour at. And we're going to have this come around to here. Actually, I might just leave this open. Yeah, I'll leave this open just to give a little uniqueness. And instead, we'll just come around here. And we'll have that. Alright. Next, we're going to go ahead and fill this in. And I have to go up one more layer with that. That's okay. Now we have to refill. Alright, there we go. Place, 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 place. And we'll make another window here. And where is my scaffolding? I think we'll do that too. Really lean into the scaffolding windows. That's a very nice sound here when you're trying to work on a house that has no roof. And I do have some oak planks, or oak logs, so let's go ahead and make those into some more sills or window details. Sir, this is private property. Well, alright, let's use this. Can I get up here? Alright, and that fixes the window, makes it fit the others. Now we just got to do it to those ones. If we can get that there. Okay, so we've got that going on there, and I quite like that. I might add some like pipes or some drain pipes on the side. I know these are a little bit over the border, but I don't mind details being over the border. That's fine, as long as it's not like the main structure bit of it. And I'm going to temporarily add these because I need to access that window. If I could just get there and there, and then there to there. I think that'll work because it's nice and simple on this. I mean, it looks unappealing on this side, but then you go to the outside and it adds a little bit of detail, keeping it simplistic. I think it looks nice. All right, now we have that. I think we are going to go ahead and add in the... I think I will go ahead and add in the roof. I want to fill all this in, though. Oh, we need to go up by one more. Give us a little more roof space, or more ceiling height. Yeah, we need to go up by one more layer. Alright, we've got that. Now if we just fall into there. And then now we need to look at what blocks I want to use for the... And we do need to cover this up. We will do that momentarily. Let's see. I want to figure out something I could use for the ceiling. Just to make it look different. We could add the magma blocks. That'd be kind of cool. I don't have a lot of those, though. And there isn't a lot of room. I know I've got the oak, and I could just slap the oak on there, but... I think what I'll do is I'll actually bring this back in. That's looking kind of a little more simplistic than I'd like. I think we could add some windows there. That would actually look kind of cool. Yeah, I think we'll do that. We'll add windows there. Why not? Windows, 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 windows. I'm also going to put this there for a little something in a minute. I'm thinking we could take the granite here. Just add a little something to this. Oh. Maybe if I face it the right way, that might help. Oh, okay. I'll add a little questionable detail to the ceiling, but we shouldn't question it. Okay, so we have that. That looks pretty good. I'm going to make this into just that. I think it looks pretty good. We do need to add some lighting here. That is going to be quite apparent. But we also need a way to get up here. So let's go grab the ladders. And I'm certain I saw some ladders here. There's ladders. Make a few more ladders, because that doesn't seem to be enough. Have a little ladder access to get up here. And now we have this. So I'm quite happy with how that is. Yes, this house is getting very, very tall very quickly. We haven't even worked on the bridge. I think we'll have to do that in the next episode, guys, because we're not going to have time to work on that. I think we'll also work on the building details. I think we'll work on the building details as well in the next episode, because this is kind of empty. So yeah. We have the ladder. Let's get the roof in. Got those. Can I... Oh, we actually need trapdoors too. I totally forgot. I got the oak wood. I went and got oak wood off camera just to get some trapdoors. Four. How many do we need? There's 4, 7. We need 7. Need a little bit more. Because I meant to do this earlier. I totally forgot to do it. Because I had this because I wanted to add these. Oh, wait. Ignore that one that's right there. Alright. overall, we've gotten pretty far with this. So yeah, it just sort of covers that up, but it also kind of hints at the little hole that's there, like without giving itself away too much. But I think it looks really good, and I quite like how it turned out. Let's see. We've got a little bit left. Because my plan with this now is to add a roof that goes up like this, just to give sort of the false sense that there is a roof right here, and then it's going to go like into another balcony up there as sort of a little lookout. I think that'll be a really cool looking idea. All right, let's climb up in here. And this will sort of be open, so people can just walk through and go to this area if they want. But they can also come up here into my house. I might add like a little door here to separate it, but we'll see. Oh. Bit of a lag spike. All right, let's do that. Do I have dirt? I'm just going to use dirt. Actually, we can use planks. Sort of just place that, boop, and then boop. And then place that, and then place that there. Got to get rid of this. Okay, let's place all these in. I don't think we'll have enough for this, so let's make another trip. And I might add some type of chimney to this at some point. Okay. So we have that. I don't have any light with me. So let's sleep before something spawns and kills me. And something I have an idea for is instead of putting these on the ends, we'll take those out. We'll add more birch planks on the ends here. And I think we'll have just enough for that. I'm just gotta get some birch and we'll be good with that. And I'll sort of create that little extra bump. I'm sort of gonna make this a little... I think we'll actually follow the fact that we have this. And I'm starting to realize that I didn't use very much of that stuff in here. I think I will try to use that more in the details. But, yeah, that's... Didn't realize how little of that stuff I used. This is sort of a cramped space, but I think it works fine. And we'll add a little bit of these iron bars to the sides here. Or to that side. Make it look like it's a little propped up. And now we have a bit of a little upper balcony, so I can see what Ghost is up to, or if I can look over here and see what's going on. But, yeah, let's go grab a little bit more birch, because we need just a smidge more. I'd say no more than a tree. Like I said, the trapdoors, I think, are details. We'll add that in the next episode, along with the bridge, because the bridge will be the second part to this. but I think this is coming together quite along. Like I said, I mean, for something that I just kind of threw together, it looks pretty good. Like I said, it's missing a lot of the details, just sort of, the rough blocky outline, but I think the details really make it come together. So yeah, let's go do that. And I'm not gonna have time to add a roof to the train station either, but we will add that too. So yeah, this will be sort of a 2-part episode, but we'll get this in and we'll finish that up. Oh, ow. Just needs a little more birch, like one more tree. There are saplings, so shout out to whoever's been replanting. I know I deforest a lot and I don't bother replanting, but so shout out to whoever's been doing that. All right, we got our tree. Let's go. There's a bad guy down there. I'll take a look at what it looks like from the other side. Yeah, we'll take a look at our finished project in a second. I just want to get these last little bits. And I'm sort of borrowing this design from... Well, you might be able to guess that I'm using this from an old house design I built in one of my last Let's Play Worlds, which is actually inspired by one of Cubus's house he built on the last map, I believe. Yeah, so now we have that just to act as a little... as if the roof is being supported. But let's head on down and take a look at the result from both sides. We'll look at this side. So I think the idea that I'm going for here is it's sort of meant to be like a simple English house on this side, like nothing too interesting, nothing too crazy, but something that from this side looks very plain and simple, but I think it's effective. I wouldn't say it's brutalist design. Like brutalist would be like absolutely no windows, just boring. This is more like very simplistic, but keeps the feel of it. I might add some drain pipes to the sides here just to add a little bit, but and the details do go over the border, but I'm fine with that, as long as it's not just like the full wall, I guess. And then so it's like one side is simplistic and looks very simple, whereas this side, I mean, kind of looks simple now, but it's a lot more complicated. There's a lot more going on. It looks more like a modern build on it, which I quite like the design. And I will add some stuff there. I think these will be windows. But yeah, it looks really cool, and I'm quite happy with that. And we do need to add a roof to this. Yeah, we do need to add some kind of covering for this as well. Actually, we might be able to do something with that now, but we'll wait. It's fine. But yeah, so that's what we added in this episode. I am quite happy with this, and we gotten pretty far today. No. Stop it. Stop it. Go somewhere else. Go. These squid. I swear, squid are not the brightest mobs in the world. But anyways, yeah, that is it for this episode. I hope you guys liked it. I mean, we will continue work on this in the next episode. I know this was a bit long. A bit slower content lately, but I would like to get into the more edited stuff, but that squid is annoying me. I don't like that squid. But yeah, I'm quite happy with the way this has turned out so far. We will be working on it some more in the future, or actually in the next episode, which will be right around the corner. So if you don't want to miss that, you should definitely go check out. You should check out. What are you checking out? You should check out the channel and subscribe and hit the like button and hit that bell notification so when I make the next video for this, which will come out pretty quickly after this one, the next day of it, I guess, if you're watching from the future. And yeah, so we work on that. And if you want to catch more of this stuff when I'm live, you should head over to Twitch and catch that and watch that. We have a lot of fun. We have quite a bit of fun over there when I'm streaming this stuff. And you get to see stuff that I don't normally put on this channel. And if you don't want to go over to Twitch, or if you don't like Twitch for some reason, I do have the VODs channel. It is, I forgot to plug it earlier. It is Extra Eject. There is 2 channels like that. I lost access to the first one. So if you find that one, that's, you know, I can't get to that one, so there's no uploads. So I made a new one and just threw the new streams onto the new one. So yeah. But that's where you can catch all this stuff. And I didn't build this on stream. I built this in a video. So if you're watching from the streams, you should go watch out the videos stuff. But anyways, guys, I think I'm quite happy with this. I will try to figure out what we're going to do next with this. But it's a very good direction. I quite like this. It's not what I initially planned. It's not planned. I didn't plan anything. But it's not initially what I imagined. But I'm quite happy with this. It actually looks really cool. Even though we went against the very thing. But like I said, all these are more detail blocks. We will probably integrate more of this into there. But yeah, I'm quite happy with how this looks. So yeah, anyways, let me know if you guys agree or disagree or what you'd like to see different. And I will see you guys in the next episode. And until next time, I am Eject1. Have a wonderful day. And you have been ejected. See ya.